This would be where my weapons of choice are in. I play records for a living. I'm just really a working class DJ. People think it's glamorous. It can be. Not everyone's looking for a DJ like me. It's a grind. You hustle and get it done. I mean, the hustle is real all the time. Snow, rain, sleet, sunshine, wind. We're better than the post office. We deliver the records to your ears.
You ready?
My name is Jameson Harvey. So tight and so heavy.
So I really like his passion and how he does this because he loves it and he wants to preserve this specific art, and he gets into these flea markets and gets into secret vaults to get the specific records.
The film was filled with passion, it was inspirational, it was energetic. Also excellent audio quality of picking up the background noises, and I appreciated that for this particular theme and story where you heard every flip of the records on the shelves, and I thought that made it even more detailed and lended to the fact that the individual in the story was very detail-oriented and passionate.
I love the way the scenes give a hustling vibe, you know, having to drive through a bad weather to get to your destination. It showed how DJ Prestige had to shop for his record. So his fun job is not so much fun because it requires so much effort and sacrifice to succeed as well. So I actually love watching films that have motivational themes, like doing what you love, putting in so much effort and succeeding.
I really enjoy the content of the documentary, talking about activities such that of the DJ, especially if it's funky music. I found it really original. So it seems like they wanted to say, support your locals in musically talking. So for me, it's a really well done documentary.
And I love the way it was shot. Just kind of the quick pacing, the quick editing, interlaced with these great funky beats. I mean, I just love the whole piece. Really great vibe.
Informative, enlightening, entertaining. I thought that the editing was terrific in the film, and that it was kinetic and propelled the story forward, and yet at the same time wasn't frenetic, because sometimes you can too much jump cutting back and forth can be too busy. But I found that the editing had a really nice balance. I also liked how the color palette changed. For the club scene seemed to be very saturated in color, and there were spots where there was a juxtaposition between black and white footage and regular color footage, and occasionally some desaturated color footage, but it all worked to just add depth to the level of storytelling within the film. A really good, solid piece of work.
I loved this video. It kept me glued to the screen because I really liked the fun editing, the right color game, and the musical part, guys, kept me, dragged me into the world of the story.
I thought it was really great. Amazing music. I loved it so much, and a really nice insight into a world we don't get to see very much. And I think it's a really great story about trying to keep an old medium alive. Well done.
So this one I really loved for the pacing and of course for the use of music throughout. I especially liked the first 2/3 of it. The style reminded me a lot of some of the Vice documentaries that I've seen, little mini profiles on people. And I thought it was really, really quite interesting. There was also a part at 4:37 that I really loved, and it was a compilation of different album covers with some music and some voiceover, and I just thought that it was really captivating.
I absolutely love the use of music in this film, and that it really worked to drive the film, and it acted almost like another character, and you could really tell the intense passion that he had for it. And that it really showcases how he even said like it started out as a passion project, and he was able to turn that into a career in something that he can provide for his family for, and that if you work hard enough and you're willing to put in the hours, that you can do and make an entire living off of something that you really enjoy.
It was phenomenal in terms of the way it paced, the way the really fast clips and pictures and cinematography, it really gave that sort of feel of what he goes through, what this DJ goes through on a regular to put food on the table for his family. I really got to really get the sense of his passion and why he does it, and that he's sticking to his unique niche of DJing, which I kind of love, that he's just not doing what everybody else is doing. And I found this film really, really brought us into that world, into his world. Great job.
I really enjoyed this film. It gripped me from the very beginning, I think in large part due to the music that they played, and that's fitting given the subject matter. So yeah, it just really pulled me in. I found the artist they were following to be super authentic. He just seemed to have like no airs about him, and I think that was honored in what they chose to show and what they chose to tell in this story, and just really illustrating how that saying that choose something that you love to do and you don't have to work a day, that might apply to some people, but it certainly doesn't apply to everyone, and that's okay. Sometimes feeling like it's a grind is just part of the deal, and that doesn't make it any less meaningful that you're honoring your passions with your work. So I really liked this story. I love this film.
I think anybody who appreciates any kind of music or the arts in general can take something away from this one. It just gives you an appreciation of the grind and how much hard work really goes into it. And you can see that, behind all the equipment and just the good feelings that you get when you're on the dance floor, there's a real person doing some real work, and who are also very talented artists, and I think it's worth checking out.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this piece. I thought it was cool. The protagonist was super compelling. Like, he is just a really interesting guy, and there's just something that's going to be inherently cool about DJs, and I thought it was shot wonderfully. And yeah, I mean, the most important thing was the soundtrack, right? And great soundtrack. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this piece.
I love that this documentary authentically showed how invested you are into your craft. It's cool. I always see it as a blessing whenever someone finds their passion and actively pursues it, because not a lot of us are able to do that. So shout out to you, man. Good luck to you.
I love this one because it was about music. This was my favorite one. It spoke volumes. I actually want to visit New York, and I want to hear the DJ. I got inspired, so I appreciate this one.